January 3rd. Let's do this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kirsten Liebelt, good to see you guys. Jump on in. Hold on. I'm going to put this on my phone. I'm so excited to share with you guys what is coming up. Good morning, you guys. Hold on. I did this the other day. I apologize, Instagram. I got to get this up underneath my phone so that you guys can have a microphone. All right. Happy New Year, you guys. Good to see you. Jump on in. Very, very good. So the first thing I want to say is for anybody that's on the replay, by the way, if you're on the replay, let me know. I'd love to know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know if you're on the replay. Happy New Year. Good to see you. I have a frog in my throat, so, crackling a little bit. On Monday, January 6th, in just a couple of days, we're going to do the free 5-day reset. That's number one. That's at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And I put the name of it up here for the people on TikTok so that you could see it easily. And then number two, instead of 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we're moving to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. It works with people's lunch hours better. And so I kind of had a feeling like that would be true. And you guys are confirming that for me. So that's what we're doing. So on Monday, 11 a.m., set it like in your phone, like put a little reminder in your phone so that you don't wonder where I am. Good morning, Terry. How are you? How is everybody's new year starting out already? How are you doing? I sound more quiet than it sounded before you adjusted your phone. Fascinating. So my microphone is being weird. Is that the case? Turn up your volume and see, Lisa. I just want to check my levels. It looks like my levels are good. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. Sometimes I have to check to see what I'm doing. Sometimes I have to check. So anyway, okay. So on Monday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you guys, we come here every day, Monday through Friday, to talk about insulin resistance and kind of the fallout of it, etc. Because the only way that, in my opinion, you can get any results in your life is if you change the lens in which you're looking through things at. But it's not just about weight loss, even though that is yummy. We all want fat loss. We all want weight loss. And we'll talk again about that today because it's a piece of the puzzle. But it's more than that. It's the inability. It is the lack of living the fallout of what happens if you do nothing. You have to ask yourself, what is the cost of doing nothing? Okay? And that's why I tell my story so much. That's why I talk about my dad. Like, I grew up with a type 2 dad, insulin dependent, and he did it all. He did it all. I'm Italian, so much type 2 and obesity in my Italian family, like everywhere. It was just like common. But the fallout, the behind the scenes, and you guys, it's not like you don't know these things, or maybe, I don't know, but the truth is that, yep, if you're insulin resistant and you can't lose weight, that sucks. It's no fun. That's stinky. However, if you do nothing and you just let your fatty liver go, you just continually build visceral fat around your organs, you continually have high sugars and you don't do anything about it, your body doesn't get excited about that. And my dad did all the heart surgeries, he did the pacemaker, he did the kidney dialysis and the throwing up, and we don't want this trajectory, or at least most of you, if you're on my content, you don't want that trajectory. I assume that is true. And so if that is the case, then what we have to do is recognize that it's not a terminal diagnosis. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. And just start taking some simple steps. This is reversible, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor, but this is reversible. And so if it is, then why don't we take those steps towards it, right? Like, it's kind of stinky if you get a terminal diagnosis, like a real one. That's kind of stinky. That's not fun. I don't know, like on TikTok, I don't know if you guys are following Deborah Fink. Are you following her? So she's like my age. Well, a little younger. I'll be 60 in this month, actually. So I'm 59. I think she's 57. She might be 58. And she's been battling stage 4 cancer for 5 years. 5 years. And now she's on hospice. And, she's leaving behind her adult children and all of those things. And my heart, I'm just like, I just can't handle it. And when people go through stuff like that, that's really hard. But that's not this. Properly see what we're talking about with insulin resistance. This is all within your control. And it's so doable. And it's so much easier than you think it is. I know our minds get noisy, and our emotions are attached to food. And I get all that stuff because I've had to walk it all. But in the end, it's still not a terminal diagnosis. It's still something you can control. And 2025 can be totally your year. 2025 can be the year that you change everything. Terry's on here. She's lost 40 pounds in 8 months. It's like, come on. And she's 62. You're not too old. You're not too old. Your body doesn't know how old you are. Your body just knows if you're getting the engine to run properly. You know what I mean? Sometimes we feel our age. I get it. But the truth is that your car doesn't not run because it says, well, I am 10 years old and I do have 200,000 miles on me. Your car's not having that conversation. It's saying, geez, you probably should have changed the oil a long time ago. Probably should have checked those fluids a long time ago, and you didn't. So we can do this right now. No shame. We just move forward. So do not forget Monday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. We will do the 20th 5-day reset. The 20th 5-day reset. So don't miss out, you guys. Seriously, you can start your month out completely differently than the way that you did 2024 altogether. Good morning, Linda. I'm good. I sound like I have a frog in my throat, but I'm totally good. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Magda. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And you know what I ended up doing, Magda, was because Magda said to me, you should have a cup of tea, and I forget everything that was in it. I could look it up, but she was recommending, for my throat. And I was like, thank you so much. Okay. And then I'm going to talk about the liver. Okay. We're going to talk about the liver. I have a bunch of oils, essential oils from my niece. My niece was selling Young Living a long time ago. And so I've got oils in my cupboard, and I saw a reel come by. How social media, they know what you're thinking. That's how it feels sometimes. So I saw this reel about using oil of oregano and putting it in a carrier oil, because you have to, because it's a spicy oil. It's a hot oil. And so I took a teaspoon of olive oil, and I put 2 drops of oregano oil, because it said 1 to 2. And it's very anti-inflammatory. And I must say, I noticed right away the inflammation coming down. It was really quite amazing, but it tasted just horrific. Hi. Thanks for the hearts. I so appreciate you. Thank you. It just tasted wicked. It was just terrible. I'm like, oh my gosh. My husband was laughing at me. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. But I actually did it twice yesterday. So be proud of me. And actually, it's made a huge difference. So I just sound weird. That's all. No big deal. We can sound weird. All right. So if you are struggling to lose weight, no matter what you do, you just you think you're eating well, you think you're exercising fine, you're doing all the right things. You just are dumbfounded as to why you can't lose weight. You're not burning fat. And there is a difference. And I know we talk about that sometimes, but let's just talk super generic today. But then I'll get into why this is true. One of the very biggest missing pieces for people, and they don't even know it because we're just not talking about it, it's your liver. It's your liver. And that's why I get so excited. You guys, I know you might think I'm weird. That's okay. I know that when you pick up the trio, the 3 supplements that help with insulin sensitivity, I know the multiple benefits that your body is going to get from it because it's coming at insulin resistance from different directions. But one of them is your liver. And just trust me, like your best friend. When I first heard this from Maria Emmerich, that your liver is your fat metabolizing organ and that you need to like figure out your liver in order to lose fat, I was like, shut up. What are you even talking? Like, get out. Like, okay, the Seinfeld episode where Elaine, she goes, get out. And she pushes. That's how I felt. I was like, shut up. How can that possibly be true? And then we're, of course, never told that. We're only told, like in my 30s, to take Metabolife, which got banned. Or we're only told to get on a script, an injection. Or we're only told, OMG. Like we should be mad that we don't have this information from our providers. But okay. So your liver is not just for detoxing. It is literally a fat burning powerhouse. Did you know that? And so did you know that if you're on the trio, you're already getting liver benefits? You're already getting your liver benefits from being on the trio. That's amazing. And if you are doing the gut primer with it, huge liver health. Look on the description on the website. Look on the description, liver health, oral health, liver health, because a primer is different than a greens product. Metabolism, like it helps so many different things. A lot of the common like testimonials that come my way are constipation going away, indigestion going away, your sleep. You guys are sleeping because you're detoxing properly. You're helping your liver. So what happens when you help your liver? Well, if it's overloaded, if it is overburdened, no matter how well you eat or how much you exercise, it can block fat loss. So you just have to know, these are just biological conversations. This isn't like fluff or jazz hands or magic or no. This is just the way that your body functions, actually. It's just the way that your liver does things for you. So it could be blocking fat loss and you had no idea that this is what was happening. So how does that happen? How does it get overburdened? How does it get overtaxed? How does it get like sluggish and tired and toxic? Well, it's really tied to our lifestyle. Big shocker, right? Processed foods, seed oils, sugar, alcohol, toxins in your personal care products, and medications, stress, and insulin resistance. So let's break it down just a tiny bit. You're walking through the mall. I think we probably all walked through a mall in the last 60 days. Maybe. I might have done it more than once, and it might have been at the Mall of America. I love the Mall of America. I know it's huge. I know it can be overwhelming. It's strange how, because I live so close to it, I'm about a half hour away. We've gone there enough. Look at my son again. I thought I was down far enough. I'm going to fix that. Because we live so close, I was able to just go with my family on a regular basis. There we go. Fixed, Ola. And it's a really good way to get your steps in. And then people watching is like phenomenal. The people watching is exceptional. But we've all walked through a mall, and we know the White Barn Company, and we know not Bed Bath & Beyond. That's no longer. The Bath and Body Works. And we know all of the lotions and the creams that we're buying that are total trash, and we're putting them on our skin, or the body washes that are trash, right? So toxins out of your personal care products. This is very common. We don't even know this. And there's actually, they're called obesogens. And if you've never heard that term before, look it up. Obesogens. That is using products on your skin or in your laundry detergent or whatever. So I go as non-toxic as I possibly can, right? And it is building up and your liver is overburdened and overtaxed. Did you know this? Oh my gosh. Okay, so processed foods, we know this to be true. Seed oils, and that's really tough to avoid. It's really, really hard. I'm not going to even say that it's easy. You would have to ask every single restaurant what they are frying in. You would have to ask every single restaurant what they're putting on the griddle before they fry your hamburger. And the seed oils are going to be in the salad dressing, and they're going to be basically everywhere. You know, the Chick-fil-A sauce, etc. That has a lot of sugar too, though. And then sugar, and we just came out of a sugar season. You guys, sugar is like everywhere starting Halloween, and it doesn't end until Easter. So you might as well get a handle now. Come on, let's rein it in. I'm telling you, it's literally everywhere. Alcohol, that's a given. I mean, Marie, nice to see you. Good to see you. 50 years ago or more, probably now, the only people that had fatty liver were alcoholics. That's why they call it non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Because now people are getting fatty liver, but they're not drinking. So process that. Ask yourself why. If we're not drinking and getting fatty liver, what are we doing and getting fatty liver? And then you have to ask yourself, okay, so is fatty liver reversible? The answer is yes, until it's cirrhosis. I had one customer who said to me, she was super angry. And she said, I went to the doctor and he said, oh, you have fatty liver. Who doesn't? So do I. I'm pretty sure I'd be getting a new doctor like yesterday. We can't mess around with this crap, you guys. Like, this is ridiculous. The biggest issue that we can see right now, we have a tipping point going on. It's in our children. And it is directly related to the diet, to the processed foods that we're feeding our kids, from the fish crackers when they're 2 years old, all the way up to we're just feeding them chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. And trust me, I did it all. The dollar menu at McDonald's was very popular when I was raising my kids. I wasn't smart either. So I'm not saying that I was, but we are now at a crisis and we have to deal with it, right? So now we're not even cooking scratch food for the most part. We're very much cooking all the time, something that's prepackaged, bags and boxes and barcodes, and that's what we're feeding our kids. So it's a big conversation. So this is why then our livers are overburdened, over toxic. They're just sluggish. They're moving very slowly. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. And these are the signs that your liver needs help. You have stubborn belly fat. You have fatigue and sluggishness. You're like always just so freaking tired. Skin issues like acne and rashes. Sugar cravings. So many of you come to me and say, my sugar cravings are out of control. They're just, I cannot get a handle on my sugar cravings. And that's when I say, get started on the trio. Let's add in the gut reset protocol. You can absolutely make a difference. And I know from my perspective that not only will your sugar cravings be helped, because in the trio, there's an herb that helps with sugar cravings and appetite control, a couple herbs. So I get that. But I also know we're doing liver. And then when you're on the gut reset protocol, we're doing liver. And so it's just a connection that we have a hard time making. It sounds very, I feel like it sounds like, you can find something wrong with everything. Like, don't eat, oh God, just everything. Let's see now. Olive oil, this is an example. Olive oil is really good for you, but don't heat it up. That's actually true, but I'm just saying, like, this happens all the time where we hear something and it's like, oh, but then don't do that, or do this, and then don't do that, and but then do this, and then, oh, watch out for this, and watch out. And we get so tired. We're exhausted with the over information age. It's like, shut up. Like, oh my gosh, I can't be as perfect as you need me to be. And so sometimes I feel like when I talk about the liver, a lot of people are feeling like, and I have a shirt that says love your liver, Jan, thank you. Because it feels like just yet another one of those things. Yeah. Right? I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but it feels like it's like just another one of those, yeah, take care of your liver, but then also to make sure that, you're getting your fasting insulin checked, and then also to make sure that you're, whatever. There's just a whole stream of things that we talk about, and it feels like after a while you just can't take in the information anymore. But the truth is that stubborn belly fat, fatigue, sluggishness, skin issues, acne, rashes, sugar cravings, your blood sugar swings, because your liver is governing your blood sugar in your sugars in your blood. It's one of the things that your liver does. It's like its job is to govern your blood sugar and to govern your hormones. And your hormones are insulin and cortisol. Of course, a bunch of others. You might have slow digestion and bloating. So all of these things, when you guys come and you chat with me about targeted supplementation, and then you get started, like, who was it that was mentioning yesterday? I don't remember if it was Terry. I can't remember. I'm sorry. And I think it was. And you were just saying how much you love the primer, the gut primer, because it's helping with bowel movements. It's helping move that impacted waste through your body. And can you understand why you need to do that? Why you need to get your toxins moving through your body. Just move and out, move and out. You have to do that. But then anything else that you can do that will boost your detoxing, along with helping your liver with supplementation, I'll tell you, these are a few of the things that you can do. You can do magnesium baths, like Epsom salt baths. That's very detoxing. And you can do like, I've been doing like a magnesium, Epsom salt. You do like a cup of Epsom salt and baking soda and lavender oil. And it's a very detoxing bath. Very nice, very lovely. You can do dry brushing. And there are techniques to that. So if you do buy a dry brush, look at because you need to be brushing like up towards the heart. Okay. And then sauna would be really good. And I feel like a sauna, if I was to get anything, it's hard to say. They have such portable saunas now that you can have in your home. And I think saunas are really underrated, and those would be very, very beneficial. Infrared light is also very beneficial, but for different things. But saunas would be really good to be detoxing. And I think we're just at this tipping point where we have to help our liver, instead of wondering, hey, Julie, good to see you. Instead of wondering why we're not losing any fat, like we just deal with your liver. Just freaking deal with your liver. It's your fat metabolizing organ. Like, you just got to do it. Just do it. And that's kind of how that goes. But I'll tell you, it's been really fun to talk to people who you've never been able to lose a pound before. You've been stuck. I eat healthy. Like, I've been doing keto. Like, I just can't figure out why I cannot move in the fat loss category. Like, what is going on? And I'll tell you, that is what is so fun for me. Oh, paused due to poor connection. Sorry, Instagram, that was weird. So fun because when people start to get their engine running from the inside out and they start to see those results, it's like, it is so happy. It really, really is, because you know what? Like, you can have a completely different function for the whole year of 2025. Now that once you get it nailed down, I'm telling you, it's not hard. This is not rocket science. It doesn't have to be as noisy as you think it is. It can be super streamlined. Targeted supplementation, change out your food ingredients. Targeted supplementation, change out your food ingredients. It can be that simple. And remember, it's not a stage 4 diagnosis, so don't be sad. Don't sit in frustration land forever. Recognize that you're in insulin resistant land. And that insulin resistance causes leaky gut, fatty liver, all of these things. Like just recognize the land that you're living in and then shift. And you'll be so happy that you did. Simple answers, simple things. So on Monday, we have the 5-day reset starting. It's our 20th one. It'll be at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And then starting Monday, instead of 10 a.m. Central Standard Time here, Monday through Friday, we're going to do 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we're switching the time zone or the time allotment. We're pushing it more towards lunch hour for people. And I feel like that's going to be really beneficial for you guys. So you can put that down on your phone, put a little reminder, because I know so many of you show up at 10 o'clock. And if I'm not here, you're like, where are you? Where are you? So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to save my voice, my froggy voice. But if you need anything, don't hesitate. Don't sabotage yourself. Listen, if you woke up at any time in the last week or so and you're like, I've got to have a different plan. Like every year I do the same plan that doesn't do anything for me. I keep doing the same thing over and over again. And it's not getting me anywhere. If you need a different blueprint, I'm telling you, like your best friend, you can have a different blueprint that is very transformational and very within your control, very within your ability to execute. It's not hard. This is hard. I get it. I understand the mental part, the emotional part, the connection to food. I get it. That's why we talk about those things in the group. But the actual path to run on, where I can teach targeted supplementation and anybody can reach out to me and ask me about the trio or the gut reset protocol or both, or you want to know about the fat burner, the orange powder thermogenic. This is a game changer for so many people, losing inches because it targets fat around your waist and your hips. And yes, it does. That's not hype at all. That's crazy. It's science, but it's a clinical dose of an extract that works. But anybody can reach out to me and then get into the group where I can teach you. I needed to still be able to be a foodie. That was important to me. So you can still be a foodie and shift the way that you're eating all at the same time so you can stop what got you into the pickle to begin with. You can do it. And it's just one step at a time, one ingredient at a time, one recipe at a time. But you need to have a track. You need to have a blueprint. I have a blueprint. Okay, we're going to focus on high protein. We're going to focus on real food. I do teach grain, sugar, and legume free. But I'm telling you what, you're just trading out your pantry. And the ingredients really do make very, very good food. It's amazing. I know people don't believe it, but it's true. I'm not talking about you got to get used to something gross. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about you're like, what the heck? How is that possible? That's what I'm talking about. So if you need a different blueprint for transformation because you're insulin resistant and something's not right, man, just counting those points, it's not working. The old ways are not working anymore. It's because you have to change the way you're viewing this. And you need to view it through the lens of insulin resistance and you will get different results. It's amazing. It's amazing. But if you go to my site, kirstenliebelt.com, first last name.com, and even, do I have a separate button? I'm not positive. But if you go to the trio button, there are 3 buttons with 3 yellow stars. Go to the trio one. And it's probably on all 3 of them. But let's just start with the trio for conversation. Click on the testimonials because you don't take my word for it. You look and see what all of those other testimonies are that are taking place from people just starting with the trio. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. It's true about the food, Terry. You love everything you eat. Isn't that crazy? It's so true. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I thought I really did. And I've talked about this before, so I won't belabor the point, but I thought I was going to have to like hate the food that I ate like I did in the 90s. I have very vivid memories of living in the 90s and thinking that I had to, oh God, I just can't even tell you the different systems, programs, things I tried in the 90s. And just trash, cardboard food, stuff that just tasted gross. You're trying to pretend like it's okay. You're trying to pretend like it's not. I always think about the rice cakes. Like if you're insulin resistant, rice cakes are the dumbest thing to be eating. And then what they did was they put like chemical flavoring on them so that they could be palatable. And then we're supposed to just accept this as our diet life. Well, that's dumb. But that's what they marketed to us. So we bought into it because we just wanted to lose weight. But now you can do it from a completely different perspective of understanding what's spiking your sugars and what's making your body call on insulin more. And then let's make this really good, yummy, real food. Like eat the butter, eat the cream, eat the steak, right? Eat the real food. That's not what got us into the pickle. They just lied to us to sell us products. So we have to change it, and if it makes you mad, get mad enough to do something for yourself and switch it out. So I am available to answer questions. Get into my inbox on Facebook Messenger, Instagram, my inbox, or you guys can go to, there's a phone number right at the top of that page. And you can text me. Say, hey, I was on your live and you talked about the trio. I'd like to see those testimonials. I'd like to see what you're talking about because nothing else has worked. And I'm super frustrated and I can't budge a pound. And I need 2025 desperately to be different than what I've been doing. So, all right. All right. Have a wonderful, blessed day. See you later. Bye, you guys.